What's going on, YouTube? AJ here, doing another Let's Play of Final Fantasy XI Online Retail on the Bahamut server. A set of giant fish bones. No idea what that is. Giant fish bones. Alright, I'm sure it'll come in handy someday. And we are not in Risenjima where we left it off. We were worried that we wouldn't be on today. And I think that there's a maintenance tonight, and I was worried that maintenance was to reset the ambuscade stuff, so we had to go in and pick up a bunch of stuff for our total hallmarks, and we picked up just the Ionmo pants +1. I think we've had these, haven't we? I don't even know. The feet +1. And the head. We also got another weapon voucher, I think. Yeah, a weapon voucher. And we turned in our... this up here is one of our capacity rings. That had one charge left on it. We tossed it and got a new one. I don't think you could hold more than one. That's why we tossed it. Let me see if I'm even right in that. Yeah, you can only hold one. But yeah, we're going to continue Rhapsodies. It looks like now, around now is the time that we start getting the capacity point increase, which... that would be welcome. Because with that back piece we bought, finishing up the ROE for the rank mission, having the Vanadiel clock, and a couple of these Rhapsody key items, hopefully it'll get, a little bit easier to farm. Kind of silly that we were not reaping the benefits, and we were like kind of upset about it, like, oh, we're not getting great capacity points, but we didn't really do enough to get them. So what we did though is we logged off last time right about here, and we got jumped by some of those things that we were supposed to kill anyway. So we got those kills. So now I think we just have to talk to the door. Master, wait. Oh no. See ya. Not the Sanctorium. Master, as you have doubtlessly realized, this is the crystal that Salteus relinquished his corporal form to create. Though the crystal may still be young, its light shines as brightly as any other. Well, should have been a trigger warning there. Bright lights. If you are a gremlin, I'm sorry. Or a mogwai. I think mogwais don't like bright lights. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. The emptiness that remains in the Far East in the future will be banished thanks to this beacon of hope. But despite this, the coming darkness will not be stopped. Ere long, a murky gloom will seep forth from the mother crystals throughout Vandiel, a corrosive force destroying them from within. This crystal and this crystal alone remained safe thanks to you, Master, and your allies. My prayers were answered, erecting an ethereal shield to shelter this area from harm. And as such, Risenjima remained the only land that the void did not overcome. Are they ripping off the never-ending story? And the night before the final struggle was to take place, you made an impossible decision. Every victory comes with a price. Master, those were the words you spoke to me. Your decision was made with the best of intentions, yet it was an incorrect one. Why? For beyond was the cold, undying stare of another you. For all the light you have worked to gather, is it possible that another is gathering umbral puissance? I was going to say a bad word there, but I decided against it. That is why I was permitted to cross the boundaries of time and come to you. Yet my greatest anguish was how utterly powerless I was. Master, all of your sacrifices were made to save me. Please, it would be a burden off my shoulders if you blamed me outright rather than forcing me to suffer in silence. The void consumed all except Risenjima and myself. You sacrificed yourself to save me and me alone. Master, your words of compassion have moved me yet again. I promise to atone for all that I have or will have put you through. If the only way to prevent you from succumbing to the darkness is by filling the orb with light, then that is what we shall do. Not just for you, but to reclaim all you may have sacrificed. Okay. The ambassador infused you with a flood of darkness. Guess so. Though this does not affect our mission, it does bring a greater sense of urgency. Let us head to Audulin, one of the many places you described to me. Ah, but you have been there already. Let us make haste. I shall meet you in the archipelago. I must take a short while to recover. Please go on ahead. My heart, it is about to burst. Is this it? Is this how I meet my end? Oh boy. She is a Mogwai. At least nobody spilled water on her. I'm looking at you, Corey Feldman. You know what you've done. Alright. Neat. What is next? Ew. All right. Mid-A, And this is this you're about to hear the dialogue that is one day going to earn me the big bucks. I made tonight a pot roast. Oh boy, what happened here? Oh, huh? Master, the orb. You have set history on its proper course yet again, having passed through the fourth gate that stood before you. Yet Celtaeus' words ring true, and the darkness slumbering within you is great. I must confess my trepidation at the current state of affairs. What if the darkness overcomes you, not in the future, but earlier, even earlier than I had anticipated? What a morbid state of affairs we find ourselves in. We must take solace in the hope that the orb will guide you to safety, so that you will be prepared for the reckoning. Until that time, your footsteps must remain unerring, I'll go with. And so fate guides you to Czak Battlegrounds. Yeah, I was trying to get there, and then you interrupted me. Made a pot roast in the crock pot. It was really good. It's really, really good. I'm really bad with crock pots, though. I was thinking about this. They always say, like, whatever you do, don't open the crock pot. You're going to ruin it if you open it. And I just can't get enough of, like, smelling things. So I'll just always just open it up and smell it, and then put the lid back on really fast, and everybody says that wastes, like, hours of time. But I've had actually really bad luck with all of my crock pots. I've just had really, really bad luck. They all run really super hot. Like, I had one for the longest time, and we're like, okay, let's just get a new one, because that one is, like, ridiculous. So we bought a new one, and now that one runs, it's a little bit less, but I mean, like, low on both of them is high on other things. Oh, I thought we killed you. Oh, look who we have here. I suppose you expected me to exit stage left. Yet I stand before you, as full of vim and vigor as always. I myself could not have written a more fabulous reunion. Tut tut, before you attempt to lay waste to me once more, shouldn't you at least offer words of congratulations at my surviving? Her? Oh no, I have nothing to do with her being in this piteous state. Cross my heart and hope to die. I arrived here and she was sprawled on the ground like a discarded prop. Come to think of it, I do seem to recall seeing her before. I just wanted to ask her if she intended to try out for the main role in this Obuken stage, or if she'd rather play a bit part. Oh, no need to thank me. I've never had a flair for the restorative. Master, I met him, the ambassador. I confronted him, trying to force him to purge the darkness within you, but I couldn't. He escaped. Forgive me. Come, what did you expect? And perhaps you realized already. That masked you sure is something else. That masked you, that masked me. That masked you sure is something else. That apple fell pretty far from the tree, huh? What horrible thing happened to turn you astray? Betrayal, despair, malediction, voodoo? Irk. Your little friend here seems to be ready to kick the bucket. Not like I could do much to help her, but I'll be more than pleased to watch over her until her inevitable demise. Perhaps a little mood lighting would be in order. Maybe some dramatic music? Don't leave. Master, fret not. We will be together before long. I must tell you something before. The ambassador said, when the orb is filled with light, the reckoning will be at hand. That can only mean he came into existence when the reckoning occurred. I had hoped to be there with you until the very end. Master, in my future you left, leaving me behind. The crystal's reverberation, Celtius's voice. Eventually they all left me. All I could do was wait for the end, for the cloud to engulf me. But the world stood frozen in time, with nary a sunrise nor sunset. And then a divine voice called out to me. Ryzenjima was the only place left on Vanadiel, and countless worlds had succumbed to the darkness. You must reverse the reckoning. You must reverse the reckoning even at the cost of Vanadiel herself. And so I reached out to the light, and it brought me here. You must make many journeys, learn many things, meet many people. The orb, you must. Well, that's a new one. I expected a corpse, and here we are with your lovely little friend vanishing into thin air. But I'll give her this. For a Yume, she's got some spunk. And her musings, did she skip to the end of the script without reading the middle? So this emptiness eats up her world, and she time warps back here to us. Maybe I shouldn't be the one to talk, but that doesn't strike you as a touch unfair? And you've got quite the curious role in this whole affair, too. Different than her, mind you, but amusing nonetheless. Though I suppose that's a mystery best left for later. At any rate, whatever power she's got, sure didn't stop her from expiring. And that leaves it to you to carry out her last will and testament. Could you imagine the tears rolling down those cheeks if she came back to you and you were off playing boom or bust over in Adeline? Not that I'd put that past you. And let's be frank, the two of you have been nothing but thorns in my side ever since I tried to suck the life out of Tartarus and who knows how many other worlds. And of course, I would be remiss to let such a tale of friendship end in anything other than a pure, unadulterated tragedy. And so I have a little gift for you. Oh my god, he took my dog turd. Your precious little orb. I'll take just an inkling of its juices as a surcharge. Not my dog turd. Now tell me if that doesn't rest a little bit later in your pockets. As an extra parting gift, I'll leave you with your memories of the dearly departed. Don't say old Ballamore never gave you anything. Bwee hee hee hee. What is Dim Dragon creeping on me for? All right. Oh, yeah. Wait. Oh, no. All right. We have a ton of Unity accolades. We need to get those cashed in. We'll probably... I'll have to look. But this ghost fire cape that I have, I think somebody said it was, you can make it, like, kind of okay? Like, useful in some way? I just don't see how. It doesn't look that great. I mean, even without our buffs to this one, enfeebling magic effect plus 10, duration plus 20. Cure potency 6. Okay, so that's better cure. Magic damage plus 6? It must be one of the, what do you call it? The, well, there's yoiks. It must be one of the... items you could put on it. The stats you could put on it? I don't know. Alright, we need to talk to Plow. Where you at, Plow? Plow Trishback. Ooh, I think this might be... Is this Adeline or what we're doing? The Chancellor is so stricken with illness that he can't rise from his bed. If he can't even attend assembly meetings, how is he supposed to lead the coalition movement? Would you care to expound upon these rumors, Arciela? If your brother has truly taken ill, let me have a look at him. I shall do everything in my power to see that he recovers. Mistress Svenja. This validates my argument all the more. We cannot have an invalid running our nation. Even when he made his presence felt daily, the nation was practically in shambles. I call for his immediate abdication. Let Arciela assume his position and we can all... Just a goddamn minute. Why raise Arciela to Ygnus's position? Because it seems the most glaringly obvious course of action. This is a government by the people, for the people. We didn't create this alliance so some living skeleton could bully us into doing what he wants. Besides, the Chancellor will be better in no time, right? What in the wind-whipped woodlands was that eerie sound? Don't try to tell me none of you heard it either. Master Merchant Chero Machero can hear a single grain of baled drop from yalms away. He's turning into a bird, isn't he? No. Now he can't even speak. He's turning into a pelican. That's what's happening. Gulp. I missed it. I was looking away. I'll have to... A mannequin? Oh. Or is it a leafkin? No. A doll? I like how everybody else was shocked and we're just standing there looking like an idiot. Ygnus? What up? You're not telling us that this verdant mass of twigs is Grand Chancellor Ygnus? But he resembles a leafkin in every possible way. It's the curse. It's retribution for failing to heed the words of the Founder King. What a ghastly fate. What up? He seems to enjoy it. When did this all start? Right after he began recruiting adventurers from the Middlelands. He began complaining of constant fatigue and would sleep practically the whole day away. I was still able to exchange words with him the last time we met. However, I had no idea that to think the curse actually exists. Its existence is much more plausible than many are likely to think. Yeah, I don't think this is part of Rhapsodies. There's an account of a haunting that dates back to the Great Expedition, a time when the Founder King's influence had just begun to wane. The ruler of the time claimed that the Founder King's ghost appeared in his bedchamber, warning that any attempt to enter the forest would bring with it grave consequences. Soon after that ominous apparition's visit, a myriad of disasters erupted throughout the capital. Oh. There you go. The coincidence was too horrifying to ignore. The people immediately called to a halt to colonization, erected a new tomb for the first king beneath the city, and held a prolonged vigil to appease him. was actually going to talk about that little thing right there in the bottom right of the screen if you saw that. As a result, the ghosts stopped appearing and the disasters abated. Some will likely claim that this is nothing but an old wives' tale, but I assure you it is not. The story can be corroborated by any number of scholarly chronicles. If it is indeed a curse, then perhaps we can lift it like any other. Has anyone tried casting a curse upon him? If no one else has, please allow me to try. Unbelievable. This has got to be the single strongest curse I've ever encountered. I knew we should have never set foot in the hinterlands. To neglect the Founder King's wisdom is to seal our own doom. We have disfigured the forest. It is only natural that it seeks revenge. Are you saying that it's empirically impossible for us to coexist with the jungle? That the only thing we could do is mutilate each other beyond recognition? Oh yeah, I got this, guys. Can you hear me, Destructive? A ghostly echo reverberates inside your head. My name is Ignis S. Adulin. I am brother to Arciela, who stands next to you. Destructive, there is no time for beating around the bush, so to speak, so let me say this right now. Do not under any circumstances cease colonization. What is going on, Destructive? What? A strange voice? No, I don't hear anything like that at all. Furthermore, much more important issues lie before us than the lifting of this curse. The voice is Ignaz's? You remember what Rosalacia told us, don't you? Yeah, I do. Of course I do. She said, ask the king, so... What if the king she was referring to isn't their ruler, but my brother who's been transformed into a leafkin? Arciela, I am completely lost. What in the heavens have you been talking about? Destructive says she can communicate with Ignaz. So, Destructive, what's my brother saying? Trouble yourself not with breaking the curse. Instead, adventurer, listen to what I've learned, as long as you can hear me. I have transmogrified into pieces of Yggdrasil, the world tree. Destructive, Yggdrasil's power are dwindling even as we speak. A disturbance has appeared in the heart of Ulbuka. Darkness gushes forth as from some forbidden spring. It is that very darkness which drains Yggdrasil's strength. Why these names? Why can't it just be Pete the World Tree? And you will be the one to stop the cause of it, Destructive. If you do not, and this harrowing force chokes Yggdrasil with its crepuscular grip, all life in Ulbuka will cease to exist as we know it. Of this I am certain. Hopefully I have to repeat all that to everybody else. My face is so pale. What did my brother tell you? Destructive, speak to me. I'm just going to go get a weed whacker and take care of that little ball over there. You truly believe I will fall for this ruse? That seed will allow us to communicate with Ignis as much as holding a tea party for the Blackthorn Coven will assuage their undying rancor? Yeah, buddy, that's what we're saying. It is only natural that some of us will harbor doubts about what she says. The only way to prove her right or wrong is to test it out for ourselves. Destructive, was it? Do you mind if I borrow that mystical plant of yours for a bit? We've been tricked. You can't hear Ignis's voice at all. I do find it odd that none of us were able to hear him. However, I do not see any reason for her to lie to us. Since when did a pioneer need a destructive? Let me try. No! Arciella. I'm just handing out my seed to everybody, guys. You want some seed? I'll give you some. I can hear something. It's definitely the voice of my brother. How hilarious. I mean, intriguing. Yes, I see, but why, brother? Arciella, what's your tinder-legged brother saying? The same thing as he told Destructive. Trouble yourself not with breaking the curse. Why is it only these two can communicate with him? How utterly incomprehensible. This administration can't function properly without a leader. I agree wholeheartedly with you, Voldemort. We must prioritize removing the Chancellor's curse. That is what's best for the nation. But my brother explicitly told us not to. Listen, Arciella, you and that pioneer are the only two who claim they can hear him. We can't overlook the possibility that you two might be conspiring together. That's preposterous. I realize that it's unlikely, and maybe I should have chosen my words more carefully. However, I assume that most everyone here concurs with me. Returning Ignis to his original form is our first concern. I'm sure even you agree to some extent. I did find it difficult to believe that you would take issue with this, him being human. Don't you wish for him to stay a pile of twigs for the rest of his life, do you? You don't. Well, no, but that is all I need to hear. I know exactly the person to solve this problem. All we need to do is summon her back from her expedition. Expedition? The Mercil. I really should do something about that loose tongue of mine. At any rate, this should prove to be an interesting turn of events. This meeting is adjourned. Let us convene again in a few days' time. Alright, I better not be locked out of the next Rhapsodies. A jester? You're looking for a demon jester? I'd like to help, but I've heard no news of such a creature. Though some pioneers have submitted reports of odd occurrences down in Orala waterways. Something about black butterflies? Ah, princess, your brother's a bush. I see. So, Czak Battlegrounds has been more of a hotspot than usual. You're looking for a dread fiend named Balamor? This demon must be quite powerful if it can speak our language, and I take seriously any threat to my people. I know this is a bit presumptuous of me to ask, but would you accompany me to Rala Waterways? If we find those black butterflies, we may be able to find out more. I'll be along shortly. Is this the right place? I hope so. I think so. Yeah. Right? Yeah, cool. That's how we get here. I remember I was looking at, examine the glowing. Okay. I remember I was like, how do we get there? That one time, because it's a little bit faster than going anywhere else. Oh, no. Ah, yes. My most adoring fan. If I weren't so tickled to see you, I might call you a stalker. And to think that you've brought a fair maiden along for front row seats. The same tired old soliloquy would seem so contrived now, wouldn't it? You must be that Balamor fiend lurking in Cizek battlegrounds. First the continent, now the city. What do you want with us? Leave Adolin and flee to whatever hole you crawled out of. My dear, you must have me mistaken for some two-bit hack. And besides, there's no wisdom in messing with your betters. And you should be thanking me. I've decided to stop trying to create a new world and save this one instead. Of course, I still plan to make myself the protagonist. In Destructive, there's much to be gained from joining hands and becoming part of my union. You would refuse my generous offer after how much effort it took for me to come back from who knows what world? You came back from another world? What are you on about? Hut hut. Hut hut, sorry. You're not going to get me to show my hand that easily. Can't I bring just a little bit of humor and uncertainty to your lives? What's more, young one, it would take far too much energy to explain to you the tedious story of how Destructive and her pale-faced friend, what was his name? Selenia? Selbina? Celtius, yes, Celtius. How she and Celtius ruined my week. And on the way back, I had to hop from world to world, making discoveries upon discovery, and did my own little research as I went. Before each world fell in turn, that is. Whole worlds falling, Destructive. What is he? Not too far in the future, all worlds I visited, and presumably those I didn't, will fall to a force known as the Emptiness. Even Vanadiel? You mean you haven't heard? Oh, that's a rich twist of events, and so Destructive. I took a look at some of that essence I borrowed from your little orb. You see, I figured it could throw a wrench in the whole emptiness business. But like any good drama, the conclusion I came to wasn't so simple. Your orb has in fact been filled with power of light. Or it would be more accurate to say the power of life. Either way, it transcends the boundaries of time and space. And I must confess that although this may be a bit of a tired trope, the gods themselves would be jealous of what you stumbled upon. My dog turd, really? As am I. And so I'd like to lend your little orb a bit of my power, if for no reason other than to see how far down this rabbit hole goes. But everything has a price, and my little surcharge would be for you to bring me an orb once wielded by your pretty princess's long-dead relative, the Founder King. And don't mind me, I'll be over there taking a nap in the meantime. So come back when you've found it, and we'll be on with the show. One of the Founder King's relics here? Why would even I be unaware of this? And there's no way I'd entrust such an artifact to that two-faced jester. Oh my. Is this what fate has in store for us? I don't know why, but thinking about the journeys we will have brings me a sense of peace. Destructive, I know now that the right thing to do is to entrust the Founder King's artifact to you, but my position in the city is a delicate one, and I will pretend that I never heard of such an object, so please do with it what you will. Just please promise me that you will share any news and information you glean from Balamor. Ursula, too. Okay. So I think we need to get out of here. Alright. No. Eh. Let's try to get through. I think it's right there, right? So yeah, during one of those 5-minute cutscenes, you may have noticed that I forgot to log out of the Blizzard app. And I think I had mentioned a couple of weeks ago I had bought Diablo 2 and 3 as a package. It was like, it's kind of silly. It was like Diablo 2 was, I think, $13.19. And then Diablo 3 with all of its expansions was $6. And I think Diablo 2 had the remaster or whatever they call it. So I think it was like a $19.85 for the both of them. I think that's what it came to. Seemed like a good deal. And I've never played Diablo 2. So it seems like I will be doing that. Probably in the next, sometime in the next 2 weeks, I would assume. I will get some Diablo 2 in. I did play Diablo 3, but I have it on the Xbox 360, and I don't think I'll be recording many. I don't think I'm going to be recording many games on the 360 if I have a choice. Blah, blah, blah. Inconspicuous barrel. Oh, there you go. So that's that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I really did enjoy Diablo 2. I bought Diablo 3. I bought Diablo 3 right... It was like right at the time of one of my layoffs. I was like, okay. Every time I've been laid off, I think I've said this many times, I've been laid off 3 times in my life, and each time was just a nightmare. But each time I said to myself, and I said to like everybody around me, oh well, you know, I have such like great like references. Like even when I get laid off or I leave a job, people like bend over backwards to try to give me good reviews and all that, because I really am a hard worker. So I never thought like, oh, you just won't be able to find a job. I thought it was like inevitable that I would find a job. And during one of those, like I think I was laid off on like a Monday, and Diablo 3 came out on a Tuesday. I'm like, let's just buy this. And as we're filling out applications, I'll spam Diablo 3. I ended up spamming it a lot more because I didn't get no job for months. It all began with a stone, or so the legend says. In ages past, a sentient jewel, enormous and beautiful, banished the darkness. Its many-colored lights filled the world with life and brought forth mighty gods. With a quaint little ditty, what a quaint little ditty, wouldn't you say? And one which the middle lander, such as yourself, would have heard many times before. It began with a stone, a many-colored light banished the darkness. But neither of us really thinks that the darkness is the emptiness, It's the void. And what threatens your lovely friend's future isn't the emptiness either. Once again, it's the void. Well, I have to say with a capital V, don't I? Isn't it your job to put the pieces together? Because it's certainly not mine. Come now, less standing around stupefied and more handing me the Founder King's orb. Some 1,000 years ago, Outerland's Founder King August came across an enormous magical power and sealed away Hades. He came to learn of a place called Tartarus. And the enormous magical power is central to how the story unfolds. And he came in contact with my homeland, the place where I was born. Yes, this orb is from my world. Oh. Oh my. Yes. I remember so clearly now. We referred to the void as the cloud of darkness. How can I explain this to somebody with your, mental capacity? It's not alive, it's not dead. I don't know if it even is. It eats away at light and darkness, halting all life and making it as if it never existed to begin with. That is its purpose, if you call it that. And what I learned is that my world, your Vanadiel, and the countless other stars that exist are but islands floating within its cloud. The cloud doesn't think or feel, but it does shift and move just like the clouds you and I are familiar with. With each blow of the wind, it moves, grows, shrinks, and dissipates, and as it does, it engulfs any world that stands in its way. And what if your world is unlucky enough to be caught in its path? Then poof. Not that I've had the ill fortune of seeing or experiencing it, but it was a little something I picked up along the way. Bwee-hee-hee. I couldn't care less whether you believe me or not. That's for you to decide. But you probably should, especially now that your orb is filled with a little bit of me. Oh god, what did he do when I was gone? What was it called? Trust? Even if I couldn't come with you, come up with a more fulfilling name. Not that I have any idea how you came to manipulate such powers, but the fact that such a thing is possible, couldn't that be a sign she gave you? But I grow bored of this. Let me return what I've borrowed. Haven't you read the script? This is the part where you show me the orb. Sometimes the most unexpected paths emerge from the most taxing of trials. Beauty incarnate, no? And so, destructive, I take my leave. Perhaps we'll be fortunate enough to cross paths again someday. Okay. So can I get... Oh, I can't get out of there from here. Okay, so we will do this last one where I have to go to the library. Because I think the next one's a quest. And we're right at about 50 minutes right now, anyway. So yeah, looking forward to. Like I said, I really enjoyed Diablo 3, even though it was at a bad time in my life. It was a lot of fun. Okay, where's the library? Library. Guessing this is one of the book, right? Oh no, that's the scouts. That look like a book to me. Doesn't that look like a book? It looks like a book. Oh yeah, this little guy's protecting the library. Thank you for your services. It's exciting. It's exciting and a little bit nervous when you start a new game. Like, I don't know. Like, you don't know what you're doing. So you're probably going to die, and you're probably going to do things wrong. But I guess that's kind of the point. You know, again, like I've said about this channel, is that trying new things, see if we like them. So far, I liked everything I've played. I've actually kind of not enjoyed City of Heroes as much as I remembered I would. I think that private server that I play on, I think the XP is like not nerfed but like buffed. Like I was playing for like an hour and a half and I didn't level at like level 12, and you should be like, I'm pretty sure that like I remember it like at least like 1 through 25 was really fast. But who knows? Okay, I missed something today. Question mark. Princess Arciela. She's in the closed stacks looking for information on the Founder King. I bet that girl is mistaken. She was looking for information on the Burger King. She wants to have it her way. Destructive. Are the end times truly upon us? Life throws many trials at us, and it is how we overcome them that displays who we truly are. And my trials now lie in helping my brother, managing the colonization movement and dealing with the vicious forces in the jungle. Of course, I wish to help in any way I can. I scoured the shelves to see if I could learn about what Ballamore said about beginning with a stone. It seems that it has something to do with a place called Lee Telor, located in the Middlelands, your homeland. The Annals say that the statue located in the Eastern Adolan's goddess Promenade were fashioned after a similar creation in the ruins located there. Maybe you could learn more about the Cloud of Darkness if you search the ruins yourself. But it chills me to the bone to think that August had dealings with the world Ballamore once called home. If Ballamore is 1,000 years old, then how could he maintain his form for so long? There must be some connection. Did you not see his torso? It is not really there. I would go on with you, but there are pressing matters at the palace to which I must attend. But please come see me if you find something out. Perhaps that orb of yours is truly the key. Yeah, I guess the point of the channel, you know, like, I mean, like, I've played Final Fantasy 11 for years. Like, I have years of playtime. I think I have years of playtime. But all of this is new. I think that if you handed like a controller or a mouse and keyboard to somebody that played say Ottergon was their last expansion, and you gave them a controller or a mouse and keyboard at 75, and then they were like, oh, I heard it went up to 99, and then like, this is just all It's just all, there's so much in here. Like, again, we haven't touched Abysia yet because we have no idea what we're doing. And reading about it is not the easiest. It's not like the easiest thing to do is figure out what Abysia is, and more than likely it sounds like I'm going to have to level another job anyway to tackle Abysia most efficiently. I think we need to have like weapon skills and other stuff that we just don't have right now. Maybe warrior, even though we didn't want to do warrior because warrior is probably it's between monk and warrior. The two jobs we have, like, we probably have thousands of hours on both of those jobs. Either way. Okay. Well, a little bit early, about 4 minutes, but whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed making that. We're trying to get through these. Trying to get through these is not as fast as we can. We're not trying to rush through them, but it's definitely nice to get these Rhapsodies so we could get. Yeah, we've got a couple more that we need to get to get a full capacity point, a buff, but we got one today, I think, right? Already. Did we get one already today? No, we did. Oh, yeah, we did. 30% to capacity points. 100% increase to combat and magic skill gains. That would have been nice if we knew that before. So hopefully we can cap out our magic skills because we're still really, really, really behind on those. Enhancing, we're almost there. Enfeebling, elemental, healing and dark or yikes. But what is this guy doing? Anyway, thanks for watching. Till next time, take it easy.